Weinstein guilty of third-degree rape and one count of a criminal sex act. But it acquitted the disgraced movie mogul on 3 other charges, including the most serious, predatory sexual assault, which could have sent him to prison for the rest of his life.
Weinstein, with his manipulation, his resources, his attorneys, his publicists, and his spies, did everything he could to silence the survivors. But they refused to be silent. They spoke from their hearts, and they were heard.
Weinstein could get anywhere from 5 to 25 years in prison. The judge ordered him to jail immediately. And Weinstein also faces similar charges here in Southern California.
A woman accuses him of sexually assaulting her in a Beverly Hills hotel room.
CBS News' Rachel Kim is live in Beverly Hills with more on the case and reaction to today's verdict. Rachel.
Well, Pat and Jeff, you may recall LA County District Attorney Jackie Lacey announced sex assault charges against Harvey Weinstein on the same day his trial began in New York back in January. Now, pending an appeal and sentencing in New York, his case will move here to Los Angeles. Disgraced Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein now faces at least 5 years in prison after a New York jury found him guilty of committing rape and a criminal sex act. But that's not the end of his legal troubles. He still has more charges to face here in Los Angeles.
They're going into this LA prosecution feeling a lot more confident than before. They know they have prior convictions that they can bring up in this trial, prior accusers, and they're going to go full speed ahead on him.
Lou Shapiro, a criminal defense attorney not involved in this case, believes the verdict in New York strengthens the case against Weinstein in Los Angeles. Weinstein faces 4 felony charges of raping one woman and sexually assaulting another in separate incidents at hotels in 2013. Today, the LA County District Attorney's Office declined to comment on the New York verdict and how it'll affect the LA case. But the Manhattan DA's office said Weinstein's March 11th sentencing will take place before any proceedings start in California.
We can anticipate that if there is a conviction here and he has to serve any time on the Los Angeles case, his attorneys in LA will ask for what's called concurrent sentencing with New York, so that any sentence he is doing there is running at the same time as what he's doing locally.
Brenda Gutierrez is a sexual assault survivor and co-founder of the Me Too March International. She says today's verdict sends a strong message.
And it's definitely telling the community that whoever commits these violent crimes of sexual assault or just sexual harassment are going to be held accountable regardless of position.
Weinstein has yet to enter a plea here in Los Angeles. Now, legal experts say authorities in California and New York will have to work together and come to an agreement because California cannot prosecute a defendant that is not sitting in the courtroom. Reporting live in Beverly Hills, Rachel Kim, CBS 2 News.
Erica Rosenbaum has been following the trial closely. She's an actor in Montreal. More than 15 years ago, she met Harvey Weinstein at a party. She alleges he sexually harassed her on 3 separate occasions. Harvey Weinstein is not facing charges on those claims. Now, Erica joins us live. Thanks for joining us on this night, on a day where we hear a guilty verdict on Harvey Weinstein for 2 counts, rape and sexual assault. What were your initial thoughts, Erica?
Well, I was, I think, more surprised than I would like to have been. A part of me just thought that because he is white and wealthy and powerful, that somehow he was going to evade these charges. And so while I have always been very hopeful, and because I know this story personally and I've heard these women and I know them and believe them, I knew that he was guilty and I knew that he was a predator. I was just worried that our criminal justice system was not equipped to convict him as such. And today, when I heard that, I was just floored, because it really is the system changing. It really was a criminal justice system saying that we believe you. And those testimonies were what won the day. And I mean, my heart goes out to Miriam and Jessica. I can't imagine how hard that was, and they did a great job, and I stand by them. I'm so proud.
And as you say, it was their testimony, really, because there wasn't much else evidence to go on. So How do you see this shift in the criminal justice system impacting people going forward?
I just think it's so hopeful. I mean, I know it wasn't perfect. He wasn't convicted on all 5 charges, but it really was a new day for survivors, I think. And I think that everybody watching feels like this was a win in a big way for the Me Too movement and for survivors everywhere. Every one of us, the silence breakers, as we've come to be known, we've really felt buoyed by the wave of support that we've gotten from the public. And I think that all those people standing behind us who have stories of their own and who don't want their name to be associated with this kind of case and who may never face their abuser, they were all watching and living this moment with us. And to hear that, I think, has given a lot of people hope. And you know, I think maybe people will have a little bit more courage coming forward, knowing that this is possible, that telling your truth is enough.
Yeah, and in previous interviews, you've talked about how you didn't tell your truth for so long. And now with this conviction of Harvey Weinstein, you know, do you think it would take someone just as long to tell their truth? Or is there something that will change in our society now?
I hope not. I mean, if I was a young actress today and I heard these stories in the news, I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to come forward if I was treated with disrespect. And seeing that can lead to incarceration and real criminal justice, I mean, that's huge. Nobody was talking about this when I was a young actress starting out. It never occurred to me that I could tell anyone and that I would be believed against this powerhouse. And that's why I never told anyone. I thought, who am I, you know? But you know who I am? I'm a silence breaker. And I'm one of the many women who came forward and said, this happened to me and it wasn't right. And I think that women moving forward are going to have the guts and the reason to come forward, knowing that their voice matters and that they matter. And no amount of money and power is enough to erase that.
Mm-hmm. And as we await Harvey Weinstein's sentencing, you know, today I'm seeing a lot of different headlines, most of them describing him as a disgraced producer as opposed to a convicted rapist. What is Harvey Weinstein's legacy going forward? How do you want to see him described in the news now?
He's a convicted rapist.
Yeah. All right, Erica, we appreciate your thoughts tonight. Thank you.